There it is, odds to make the playoffs for 2021, courtesy of the PointsBet Sportsbook. The 49ers of the teams that didn't make it last year. These are the teams that didn't make it last year. The 49ers are the clear favorite to get back, and all the way down to the Houston Texans. They're Matt Casey mentioned this during the break. There really aren't a lot of value picks that jump off the board there.
No.
I see some that I'd like to bet against.
Right.
If Denver's plus 155 to make it, I'd like to see what the odds are for them to not make it, because that may be a pretty good bet, along with Arizona at plus 175. But today's draft, the playoff party crashers, the teams that didn't make it last year that we believe will make it this year. And there's been, over the past 30 years or so, a rough 50% turnover when it comes to playoff teams. 50% of the teams that made it in a given year are out, which means those seats have to be taken, and we're going to do our best to fill those seats today. Chris, you've got a trivia question for me.
Okay. Well, you already mentioned this a little. 46 years ago today, Bruce Springsteen, released Born to Run. All right, now, old-timer, you ready for this, old-timer? What was the first song on that album?
See, I am a very late arrival to the Bruce Springsteen party,
right.
And it's years after you would buy albums or 8-tracks or cassettes. You just open a streaming service and you say, play Bruce Springsteen tracks. So I don't know what all was on that album, but I'm going to guess. Okay, give me a clue. Give me a clue.
There's a weather element to this song.
Thunder Road. It's Thunder Road then. I was going to say Thunder Road.
There you go. I'm a nice guy. Were you really going to say Thunder Road all along?
I was going to say Thunder Road.
Good.
Yeah. But Thunder Road is an awesome song. And there are 10, 15 different versions of it that Springsteen has done live and elsewhere, unplugged and whatnot, and they're all awesome. It really is. And the lyrics are brilliant all the way up until the end. Everything about it. Awesome song. If anyone out there hasn't heard it, if there are some people out there who have never heard it, I highly recommend it on this 46th anniversary of the release of Born to Run. All right. I get the first pick. Those odds at San Francisco minus 200 are screaming out at me, but I don't know what's going to happen with the 49ers this year from a health standpoint, from a quarterback standpoint. They're in a tough division. And I know that the conference is weaker than the AFC, but I'm going to say the Patriots are getting back in because everybody thinks the Patriots were 4-12 last year. They were 7-9,
right,
with no talent,
right. With a COVID
they're going to find they're going to find a way to get back in this year. So I'll go Patriots.
I'm with you. I mean, I think you kind of talk. It was those two teams, at least in my opinion. I think I probably would have edged on the Patriots too. I'm going to go with the 49ers as my first pick, though. I am, yeah. Listen, I think Kyle Shanahan's awesome. You know that. I mean, I think he'll figure out this quarterback situation regardless. His team is talented. They're a Super Bowl team. I mean, the offensive line, special. Wide receivers, tight ends, damn, it's good. Defensive front seven, real good. Okay, secondary is one area you look at and go, I don't know about the corners or whatever else, but they don't play the type of defense where they put a ton of pressure on their corners. I am going with the 49ers. I don't know where that's going to be. The expanded playoffs, like you said, does help them out a little bit in a weaker conference altogether, but I'm going to go 49ers.
Conference is the key, and that's why I paused and hesitated and thought about the 49ers, because last week when Shireen Williams and I were drafting the teams that have no chance to make it, I was heavily influenced by the AFC teams, because the AFC, I see 9 teams that will be competing seriously for 7 playoff spots. The other 7 teams can basically just treat it as an extended preseason for 2022. Next one for me, and look, contrary to popular belief, I like analytics. And I especially like analytics that I'm capable of understanding with my relaxed brain. And for the Minnesota Vikings, there is an important mathematical trend that I have detected. In odd-numbered years, they make it to the playoffs. In even-numbered years, they don't make it to the playoffs. It's an odd-numbered year. They're making it to the playoffs. Final answer, Vikings. And I'll take it a little farther than that. Look, the defense is incredibly improved this year. I think the offense has enough with Dalvin Cook. Everybody's worried about the Vikings offense through 2 preseason games. They haven't played Dalvin Cook or Alexander Mattison all that much for that matter. That will help. When they unleash the full offense, that will help. But the defense, my God, it's going to be better than it was last year. It bottomed out in 2020. Mike Zimmer insisted on improving it, and it's improved. And weaker conference, I would say they wouldn't make it in the AFC. I think they will make it in the NFC.
He's
and
back,
lose in the wild card round.
Your team's back.
And and lose in the wild card round, or absolute best case scenario, lose in the divisional round. Who cares?
Okay.
If you're not going to get your fingerprints on the Lombardi Trophy, it doesn't matter. And there's no way that the Vikings are winning the Super Bowl this year.
D-line, impressive. You're right. O-line, we know. I mean, they got a first-round left tackle. Hopefully they'll be better up there pass protecting-wise. They were pretty good run blocking. You're right, Dalvin Cook. I don't know. I don't think I could pick the Vikings to go to the playoffs this year.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
I know. I don't know. I don't see it. But you said it too. It is a little weird with them because one thing they're so based on Dalvin Cook and their run game that you have to have that because their drop back pass game is underwhelming. And they don't give their quarterbacks a chance in the preseason. That's the one thing I would say about all of them. I want to go,
Quick question.
Yeah.
I know we got to keep moving.
Yeah.
Do you have more faith in the Vikings or the Bears?
The Vikings. I do have more.
Okay, well, the Bears made it last year, so the Vikings take their spot. Boom, roasted. You're up next.
You're such a jerk. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go Miami Dolphins. I am. I like what I've seen from Tua.
Oof.
We know how close they were last year. I know it's a tough division. I don't know. The Dolphins, to me, they're one of those teams that's been playing a lot of their starters the first 2 weeks and have looked very good. They have the look of a team where I go, man, they pop when I watch them on TV. They got size, physicality, speed at all the right spots. I look at them in a lot of ways and think of, like, I think I said this yesterday, like old school Patriots, 90 Giants type of football team. I'm going to pick them. I know what a tough division it is, but I just got too much faith in the roster they got and, of course, Brian Flores.
I'm torn on this one between the Cowboys and the Chargers. The Cowboys have the better odds according to PointsBet, but I feel like the Chargers are going to have the better team, and the Chargers are going to find a way in, even in the tougher conference. Second year of Justin Herbert. I really believe in Brandon Staley as the team's head coach. I think it killed the Rams to lose him after only 1 year. I think that the Chargers are going to get in, and I hate to leave the Cowboys on the board for you if you take them. I really thought about the Cowboys, but they just have a knack for imploding. I'll go Chargers.
Yeah, I'm not taking them. I'm not. I think your Chargers. You said it. I mean, they're talented. They got. The quarterback's a star. Receivers there. Offensive line, we need to see get a little bit better, but the defense should be really good, especially with Derwin James and hopefully Joey Bosa being healthy early on in the year. So I'm with you all the way. There's only one thing I would like to see I would have loved for the Chargers to stay with Shane Steichen as their offensive coordinator. I really would have because they just had it rolling on that side of the ball. But, we'll see what Joe Lombardi can do. I certainly got respect for him. I'm going Carolina Panthers with my last pick. The hell with the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm going to go out on a limb. Panthers is just, I don't know. Again, I have a kind of a feel like the Miami Dolphins. They're big up front. They got the look of a team that's going to be able to match up with anybody, and I think they got the quarterback that fits their scheme, McCaffrey healthy. I think Carolina sneaks in the playoffs. That's where I'm going to go with that one.
And it's funny because last week Shereen Williams picked the Panthers as a team that has no chance to make the playoffs.
Oh,
Let's take a break. One thing I noticed as I was looking at these odds,
he's an Aggie.
I don't know what I could get to bet against the Jaguars to make it, but at plus 325 to make it, are you kidding me? I would bet everything I own against the Jaguars making it at whatever odds the other side of plus 325 is. Just, something to keep in mind. If I were one to bet, and I won't. Let's take a break. We'll wrap up this Wednesday edition of PFT Live right after this.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.